We have a very interesting guest coming up next, Jack Goforth. Look, I forgot your name already, Jack. I'm sorry about that.
If you can't remember my name, you don't know Jack.
Jack Goforth.
That's it.
Now, you have a real estate school called JLG Training Services.
Yes, sir, I do.
We meet a lot of people who want to get into real estate. Who can get into it?
Well, the state requires to get your real estate license that you attend either online or in a home study with just books or a live lecture class, real estate principles, the practice of real estate, and real estate, an elective. I have finance as my elective right now. And once you get those three courses finished, I took mine with Allied years ago because it was the popular thing to do. But since the state exam got hard about 5 years ago, a lot more people started to ask me, why don't you do a live lecture course for us? And I started it about 5.5 years ago, and right now I'm the one in town that has the live lecture.
The only one, right?
Yes, well, the city college, Fresno City has it, but it takes
you
a
lot longer,
about 6 months and $500.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much is yours? Can you tell us?
It's $395. Includes all their books and material. And I do something that a lot of these schools don't do. I have a full class right now, but I had 2 seats left. And a couple of my prior students says, you know, I really didn't get those 2 or 3 chapters that you did.
Can you get a little refresher?
They can come and sit in. I don't charge for that. Plus, I personally will mentor somebody if they fail the state exam. Nobody else was doing that and help them get through that. That's why I've got a high pass rate too.
So besides the 3 classes they need before they could take their test, right? You also had to do some exam prep?
Oh, yes. I also devised a prep course that's available to them. I sell it online for almost $100, but they get it for $45. It includes a book from First Tuesday, which I'm sure you're they're one of the biggest continuing education for real estate and for insurance in California.
First Tuesday,
and they put out a book that's phenomenal, and I developed a 3-hour DVD on what I call the concepts of real estate, which is really the areas they need to study
to pass the test.
And a 2-hour CD, which is rapid information. Riparian, R for river, R for riparian, moving water.
CD, so it's something you put in your car when you're driving around, or
you can listen to it on the way to take the test.
Yeah, on the way to take the test. I would right to the last minute. Now, I noticed my wife, for example, passed the first time through. I'm too smart, though. I didn't need to study. I know everything about real estate. So it took me 4 times.
Did it?
4 times to get through. So
you were overconfident.
Yeah, I was. I knew everything. I didn't need to study for that thing. But now some people do good with the online, but that's harder now. But some people do well with a live teacher. They can ask a few questions. And
national statistics show that 60% of the people that take it online go forward to get their license. It's 90% that take a live lecture. That's what really triggered me, and I asked why. It's because if they take the online and they fail it a couple times, they give up.
Yeah, give up.
But with the online, their pass rate is so much higher. My pass rate is currently 92%. I track it every 6 months. And I've had the Bureau even call me and said, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
I'm not giving out the questions and answers. Okay, we just want to make sure.
Now, so let's say somebody signed up today and started classes. How long before they could take their test?
Okay, the course that I have is 6 weeks. The live lecture is the real estate principles. It's 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6 to about 9. And these are college hours, which is 50 minutes. So it comes out where it comes out in the 40-hour thing that they require. The other 2 are what they call home study. So the real estate practice and the real estate finance, they go home and they actually have to do some studying on that. But I put together a workbook and a study guide to help them get through that. So when they take the test, it's not a real problem.
So in 6 weeks, they get through all their classes to get their license. Now, it took me 4 years of college.
Okay.
I studied, got the real estate degree, went and took my test. Like I said, I failed it 4 times before I passed it. But this, you're getting them ready to take and pass that test.
Yes.
So somebody can go to college for 4 years, or they get a whole new career.
Right.
In 6 weeks, get through the. Right. I mean, you really start learning once you get your license.
Yeah, now is a perfect time because when the real estate market was like this, it started to come back up and it's bumping and it's been doing that for a couple of years now. So it's a good time, and I'm sure after this election is over, we're going to see some growth in this economy. People are actually holding back. I've talked to people who said, well, I am going to buy a house, Jack, but I want to see what's going to happen and where we're headed. And I understand that.
We may not know who's going to be president, but we know there's going to be a new president.
Yes.
And things always change when there's
Yes,
a new
they do.
president.
Every
So-
8 years, you go through an 8-year cycle. Just that we went through one of the worst real estate dips in history, probably since the Depression. I don't know, but it's still it's going to get better.
Now, if somebody wants to find out about your school, is there a website or how do they
Yes,
proceed?
there is. They can go into www.JLG, which is my initials, Jack L. Goforth, JLGtrainingservices.com.
JLGtrainingservices.com. That's pretty easy. Now, would they read about, can they sign up there or you just go and read about
There's
what
an
it takes?
application in there that they can sign up. We have schools in Monterey right now. I believe, in fact, tomorrow to go up there and teach a class in Monterey. And then I have one in Oxnard. I have one in San Luis Obispo and the one in Fresno.
Okay.
I used to have more than that, but I let it go to another gentleman.
So there's a lot of places in the state you can go study. Now, how long do they have to sit in a class at one time?
Well, the classes start at 6 o'clock on the Fresno class. In Monterey, it's a Saturday class for 6 Saturdays. Starts at 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The weekday one, it's supposed to be from 6 to 9. And sometimes we go a little bit longer. Sometimes, if I'm through with the material, I start throwing some sales stuff at them. Then we usually, people can only retain so much information.
3 hours is plenty.
But the 3 hours are going like this, but I'm ready to fall out of the chair. And I start losing my voice. I said, it's time to stop.
So they take the 3 courses from you, and those are required by the state of
Yes, they
California.
are.
And they're like college level courses. You need that number of
Yes.
hours. You get the 3 courses, and then what? Do they go straight for the test, or is there
Well,
another
I
step?
supply the application and a sample, the address, and everything they need. And they have to, and I tell them, put your certificates in there.
Yeah.
Put the application and a check made out to the BRE. The reason why I prefer they use a check instead of a money order is because once they cash that check, then they're usually within 3 or 4 days of getting a test date. And they can go online and go into what they call e-licensing. I don't know if they had that one. No. You and I were back.
They didn't have computers in the
yeah,
old
they didn't have
days, yeah.
computers. But it's really easy. And I tell people, if you're not prepared, you say, I'm not ready, then you push it off a couple weeks and then they'll charge you for that.
Okay. And I have found, though, if people will just sign up for the school, they go, I'm not ready, just sign up, it gets everything going. When you're done with the school, just sign up for the test, because that forces you to start, oh man, I better
Yes.
study, I got this much time, I got this much time.
Yeah.
Now, then after they finish your 3 courses, your students who went through the 3 courses go buy the exam prep for $45.
Yes,
Okay.
they get it for half. I've got over $20 tied up in it, but I'm just trying to get my students through my school to pass the first time. Half the people in my classes are referrals from other people, so it pays for itself.
Yeah. Okay, then I have some agents that work with me who aren't passing the test. They can buy that exam prep from
Yes,
you
sir.
for
They can, and I'll give them a break on it.
Give 'em a
I
break.
mainly do the online where I have to mail it out,
Yeah.
and I include the mailing.
But for $100, it's $100.
Yeah, it's $90.
Yeah, that'd be
actually.
well worth it. That would be well
But
worth it.
for the
just to-
classes, people here locally, I'll give it to them for the same price. Just tell them Mike Briggs sent me.
Hey, Mike Briggs in Cinder Valley. You heard it on Cinder Valley Talk. We get people calling us. We had a little thing on our website, click to go to real estate school.
Right.
We took it down because people were paying it and they didn't pass. You know, they say, hey, I signed up through your website for an online real estate school. I forget the name even, none that I've heard of.
There's a lot of them out there.
And so
Yeah.
even though we got paid to have that on our website, if people don't pass, it hurts us.
Sure does.
I'd rather send them to Jack Goforth and have that 92% pass rate.
Yes, sir.
And that's a very, you got to be very
It
proud
is.
of
I'm
that.
very proud of that. And like I said, it's just, I've always wanted to be a teacher. I always wanted to, but I didn't go on and get my 4-year degree. So when I got in, they said, well, you need at least a 2-year degree and 6 years experience. I said, okay. I said, I'm short one class, which was algebra.
Yeah, oh boy.
Which, yeah, I know. But they gave me a waiver for a year, and I got through it, and, you know, so I'm 100% with them. They gave me an
There you have it. If you want to be a teacher, start your own school.
There you go.
Okay, so
I'm
it's-
looking for instructors, too.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's the web address is
JLGTrainingServices.com.
JLGTrainingServices.com. By the way, a lot of our viewers are at work watching.
Okay.
They're not supposed to be watching. They're really listen. They open up a
Okay.
dock and they're working. They listen in. If you can't write down the JLG trainingservices.com, JLGTrainingServices.com, call me here and I'll give you that web address. Can I give you your own phone number?
Yes,
Call you direct?
it's right on there.
I can't see it.
Oh, it's 559-392-4592.
Will that ring right to you?
Yes, it does.
That's the
I have it
instructor,
right. I carry
the
it
owner
on
of the
me all
school.
day. Yeah.
And you could get your real estate. Anything else you want to tell them?
No, I'm just like I said, consider the live lecture. Get through it the first time, because how are you going to experience going into real estate, whether or not you're going to make money unless you experience it? Because I always had this dream to do this. My dad was a broker years ago. It used to be with Brake Realty. Rita Brake, her husband owned Rambling Kennels. Remember that?
Yeah,
Okay.
olden
Well,
days.
he worked for her, but he was going to have me go in when I retired from the Air Force in '85. He got killed in a car accident in '84. So I didn't know anybody in real estate. So I put it off for 20 some years, and I went in the insurance business, and I still to this day regret that. I liked insurance, but I could have really invested a lot of money. There's a lot of money investing in real estate.
If you're in real estate, you get the deals. You can find the deals. And,
Can I tell you a quick one?
Yes.
Okay. We were up in Monterey, and a friend of mine, he was my co-partner, told me that the mother-in-law had passed away, and the kids were all meeting there. Come over, meet, we'll go have lunch. Well, we met, and I'm looking at this house, and I'm turning around, I'm looking at the whole Monterey Bay. I said, what are you guys going to do with this house? I said, I think we're going to sell it. The kids don't want it. I said, what do you want for it? Right?
Yeah.
Well, give us an offer.
Yeah.
I offered $350. They took $355.
And you have a house looking over Monterey Bay.
Yes, and it's worth probably over $600,000. Yeah.
And that's just by being
at the right
being an
place.
agent, being in the right place.
That's
That's the
right.
thing I found about real estate, is being there. That's,
Yep.
I have agents who won't come in the office. And they said, well, call us if someone comes in. I said, no, that's my deal. If I'm sitting there, I'm taking the deal.
You're the procuring cause.
Yeah. And I tell them, if you come, you'll be first in line. I'll be behind you. But
Right.
some don't get it. Okay, I want to ask you this. Again, who can get a real estate license? Anybody, right?
Now they changed the laws where, without any proof of anything coming in, they can take the real estate course and get their license.
So a housewife can do it. There's
Anybody
at home
can.
with kids
Yeah.
and they
part
can't.
time. Most of my agents are part time because they say, hey, I can't give up my full time day job. I said, don't give it up.
Right.
Work it, where you might just change someday and do it full time. But
And for example, you were in insurance,
right.
and then you went into real estate. So
Yep.
insurance person, pretty much anybody that's over 18, I guess, can
I'm 71 and I'm still out kicking it.
can go to this school and get your license and start a new career.
That's
So,
it. Yes.
Let's give the web address and the phone number and stuff out one more time.
Okay.
And
www.jlgtrainingservices.com.
JLGTrainingServices.com.
Right.
And if you didn't get it, Jack Goforth's name, number, or web address, call me here at Central Valley Talk, and I'll give you his direct phone number. We'll be back with more Central Valley Real Estate right after this.